welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to be chatting through all the books that I would like to read in the month of July. We are already halfway through 2024. Isn't that absolute insanity? So we're going to be chatting through the books that I would like to get through in July. There's honestly a lot of books, a lot of exciting reads, so let's get into it. I do want to start off with a book that I'm currently reading that I know I will not have finished before the end of June, and that is The Way of Kings by Brando Sando. I am participating in a read-along with a bunch of my friends, and we are reading this series, and it's been a time. It's been a time. So at the point of filming this video, I'm only 200 pages into this chunker of a book. So I'm hoping to get this finished by like mid-July because I believe the live show is going to be around August, beginning of August. So I've been liking this okay, but it's definitely not my favorite by this author, which is kind of disappointing at the point where I'm at now, okay? I still have 800 pages to go, so a lot can change in that. But at the moment, it's just really slow and I feel like I'm just trying to grasp what's even happening. So I will be continuing this and finishing it in July. Now let's get into some arcs. I actually have several arcs I need to read this month, which is really exciting. So the first one I have is This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings. I keep rolling this book onto TBRs because I keep meaning to read it and then I never do. I am so excited for this and I just cannot wait to read it. So this will be happening in July because this book comes out in August. I don't believe it has the date on here, but I believe it's like early August. So super excited for this one. I may or may not do a special vlog for this book just because vlogging outside of my weekly vlogs is really hard for me. Like having a separate vlog and weekly vlogging is just not the easiest for me. So I may just make like an extra long weekly vlog and just gush about this book. So that may be happening in July, but I'm so excited for this one. I am going to love it. I already know it. Another arc that was completely unexpected that I got is, I'm gonna try to pronounce this, okay? It's the Aupar Affair? I really don't know. Okay, does it say? Yeah, so this is the actual like finished cover. I have no clue how to pronounce this title. So, that's fun. But this is basically the latest book by Tessa Bailey. This is book 2 in her newest series she's writing. I'm currently listening to book 1 and I'm not liking it, but I think it's because it's about golf and the male love interest is just so obnoxious that it's just not a great time. But this one sounds fun. So it is a forced proximity, grumpy sunshine, single dad, spicy, age gap, hockey romance. So I'm intrigued by this one. Tessa Bailey and I have a very love it, hate it relationship with her books. So we'll kind of see how this one goes. But I'm going to try to read this before it comes out. This one is released in July. So we'll see if I get around to it. The next arc I have, I am screaming over. That is The Crimson Crown by Heather Walter. Heather Walter is quickly turning into an Autobot, an absolute new favorite author of mine. She writes queer retellings of fairy tales and I'm just obsessed with them. So this one I believe is another retelling. I'm not sure of what fairy tale, but so excited for this one. I will definitely be trying to get to this one in July as it comes out in August, and I can't wait to get to it. This was a NetGalley arc, so thank you so much to the publisher. They actually just sent me a link like for this book, like, hey, here you go. I'm like, thank you. So very excited for this one. I love this author, so I cannot wait to get to this one. I forgot about book club books, so let's do book club books and then we'll get into all the library books I have checked out because I have a bunch of audiobooks checked out at the moment. So my book club book for my in-person book club is Darkwater Daughter. This is a fantasy romance. I believe it's the first book in a series and it sounds interesting. I did get the ebook audiobook combo on Amazon, so I will be reading that in July and I don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to it. Moving on to audiobooks that I have checked out from the library. I do own the physical book as well, and that is From Bad to Cursed by Lena Harper. This is book 2 in her whatever series, I forget what it's called. Does it say somewhere on it? Okay, it's a Witches of Thistle Grove novel. So there's like 4 books in this series, and I loved book 1, and book 2 is on my Our Fantasy bingo board, so I do want to start prioritizing those books more to complete my bingo before next March. So I got the audiobook for this. I will try to listen to it. I may or may not, you know, depending on my mood. So all these books are subject to not be read because of my mood, but hoping to get to this one. And another one I have the audiobook for is Camp Zero by Michelle Min Sterling. And this is another Our Fantasy Bingo book that I would like to get to. This sounds really interesting. It sounds less sci-fi than I thought. Like, I thought this was a sci-fi book, but I kind of not thinking it is, but I'm gonna get into it and we'll see how it goes. So that is it for library books, but I do want to quickly mention 3 more books that I would like to get to in the month if I have time. Also, my battery's been flashing, so hopefully she can survive the next few minutes. So the next book I would like to read is Blood Sanctuary Part 1, which is the 3rd book in the Blood Mercy series. I'm really trying to read a book a month because I love this series and I'd really like to be caught up by the end of the year, or at least close to being caught up. I am just obsessed with this fantasy romance series. It is so good. Like, the fantasy plot is so amazing, but the chemistry and the character relationship is just fantastic as well. Like, you truly have the best of both worlds. So really looking forward to reading this one, hopefully in July, but we'll just see because I already have so many books on this list. The next book I'd like to read is The Sky on Fire by Jen Loynes. This is a new standalone dragon fantasy by Jen Loynes. I'm so excited. I've been slowly making my way through her older series, the Ruin of Kings series, and so this is a standalone dragon fantasy. Those are 3 words that I will always gravitate towards. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I probably will be buddy reading this with the besties on Discord because I'm sure we're all going to be wanting to read this one together. So it does come out in July and I cannot wait to read it. The final book on my TBR for July is The Front Runner, I believe, by Elsie Silver. This is book 3 in the Gold Rush Ranch series. Again, this is another author slash series that I want to prioritize and get finished by the end of the year. I am obsessed with Elsie Silver. Like, I think she is my favorite romance author at the moment. So I really want to get the series completely read, and I'm just obsessed with her books. So I'm hoping to read 1 a month and get them read. So that's the plan. But those are all the books that I would like to read in the month of July, and hopefully it's a good reading month. I hope I could quit slumping, because when I tell y'all, I am so sick of having reading slumps like every couple weeks. It's so annoying, and I don't know why it keeps happening so frequently, but it has been. So we're just gonna take it easy, read whatever sounds good, no pressure on reading. That's the new motto for 2024, and it's been working okay so far. So thank you all so very much for watching. Let me know down in the comments any books that you would like to read in July, or any of your thoughts on the books that I mentioned, as I would love to know, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!